Howdy folks, welcome back to Knock Mile Arc, and today we are in Scotland for a subscriber request. This is actually a request that came in many months ago, and it's been on my list for a while because I try to get the sub request as soon as I can, but again, that whole hiatus thing that no one knew about. So now that we're back in action, I'm getting back to my sub requests, and this is a request from Glasgow Airport in Paisley, Renfrewshire, Scotland, to Barra Airport, Outer Hebrides, Barra, Scotland. So from Scotland to Scotland, even though it is 157 nautical miles or so. And when I looked up these airports, I found out that Barra is considered the most scenic airport in the world. And it's already scenic from here if you just look right there. This isn't even where we're going, it's already scenic. My point being, I don't know how it can get much more scenic than this, but apparently it will. So we're going to give it a shot here. I'm using the Twin Otter because they use this in real life, and I believe this is a real life livery that is used at these airports in real life. So we're going full on realistic today. World weather's turned on. It's an early morning flight, and we're going to get started right now. So let's hop inside, I think. Let me just double check here. Let's see. Doors open, everybody coming in, yada, 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 yada. Actually, a few things we're going to do. We're going to get this ready for boarding. So the doors and everything are open. We have our colors chosen. We have external power, but we're going to turn external power on. Everything should light up, I think. Oh, yes, we will once we come up here to do the lighting, which mouse wheel works in this newest version of the airplane, which we've used a lot, by the way. All right, let's see. Flight comped. There we go. And general entrance, turn that on so people get ready to board. No smoking and fasten seatbelts. No smoking, fasten seatbelts, which do work in this model. And then individual seating. So our individual lights, you can turn these on like this. Very cool. There's our no smoking and our fasten seatbelts. The doors open, ready to board. So now we'll hop back outside and have a look at this. So next thing on the checklist, let's see here. It's the check parking brake, which I have. There it is. Parking brake is set. Do the fuel and payloads. We click on the black book and weight and balance. Move that out of the way. And let's see here. We're gonna have an issue with this thing tipping. See, it's already tipping backwards. See? Oh, we already tipped backwards. Just when 3 people got in the back. Bummer. Let's put some cargo in first. I meant to do this last time, and I forgot to do it this time, is if I put cargo in the front first and then load people, then we should be okay, right? All right, let's do that. Fuel should be fine the way it is, yeah. All right, there we go, balanced. And we're not tipping over. So let's close that, and let's close the book, I believe. What is next? Remove the control lock. Click down there. And battery switch, which is, move this down, it goes to flash, there we go. And DC master can come on. Remove the GPU, so what we need to do is open the black book, and we'll come outside and move it out of our way here, and we'll remove the GPU, and we're going to shut the baggage doors while we're at it, so we can close that up. There we go. Position, anti-collision, and strobe lights, because we're going to get ready to start here in a moment. And there we go. What is next? Arm the emergency lights. Go down. Is that the one that goes up to down? Yeah, this one goes up to down first. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. GPS power. And that's already turned on in this version. Okay. Turn these on. Sometimes in real life, you actually don't turn these on until the engines are running, but in this model, I guess we do. Altimeter barometer. So yes, we need to. There it is. That took a while. We need to check our current weather, and it says barometer is what, 299 or 2. Real weather's turned on. What is 299 or 2? Light and variable, so we can take off wherever we want. Let's see. What's the closest runway? There are so many runways. No, there isn't, just 2. That's all helipads. Let's just come out here then, and that means I'll be runway 23. So let's just take off on runway 23 to the right. All right, 299 or 2. Let's zoom in here so I can see this. 299 or 2. 3, 2. There you go. All right, things are going smoothly so far. To test, excuse me, except my talking. Test the caution lights. I have a button. Oh wait, they're up here. It's up here, I think. Test lights. There you go. All of that up. There we go. Come down here then. And we can see all the lights the way they should be. Let's hop up here and we'll go bright because it's bright outside too. Close the baggage doors we did. Close the passenger door. There we go. And we are ready to start this thing up. We gotta close our own door too, I think. Yeah, it is open. There we go. Close that. And that's closed. So we sneak down here and we do the 2 fuel boosts. There we go. And fuel levers forward. There we go. Oh yeah, my props are kind of goofy. I didn't change that. And then we'll do throttle quarter. Actually, let's reset that. There we go. And both engine igniters, which I can't tell what's really on or off. If it's on without touching it, I don't know, because these are on, so why would that be on, right? Engine igniters were already on then, I guess. Flick the engine switch to the left, and it should start. If I've done everything right. Sure sounds like it. Let's hop down here and look at our gauges spin around and everything. Looking good so far. Nice. Alright, let's hop up here and go to the right. Let's start that one too. And everything's spun around. Props are coming up, and of course we can look outside as well. And everything is going crazy. Very nice. Alright, let's see, what do we do now? Generators. Up here. Generator, they got to reset first. And then on. Whoops. Reset. Up 1. On and reset and on. There we go. I can barely see because I'm in the dark like usual. Engine igniters can come off, it says. So let's assume that's down. Air bleed to on. Where are you? It's been such a long time. There we go. Bleed air. And temperature and climate control. Let's warm it up a little bit because it's a cold day. Put this on auto. There we go. And on manual warm. There we go. De-icer because we can, and it's fun to watch the little blue lights. There you go. Pitot heat. Where are you? Right there. Make sure all warnings and cautions are out. They are this time. Very nice. Then taxi lights can come on to like so. Props forward as needed. We're gonna torque up on us here and bring throttles back a little bit. And taxi view. And we're just go up to the right. I think I said I was gonna do, right? Yeah, we're gonna go to the right. And then we'll be on our way. So here we go. Let's taxi a little bit together before I make a cut. Default airport, of course, in the sim. Looking good. I have really high frame rates. And I did that anti-aliasing trick that QA pilot posted. I guess it's been a couple days already. Because in older versions of the sim, you wanted to have anti-aliasing within the NVIDIA control panel off and just use the sim. But now it appears in the current version of the sim, you actually want anti-aliasing in your NVIDIA control panel on. And then you're able to turn down anti-aliasing in the sim and get crazy frame rate improvement in the pilot video. And I don't know why my sim just stalled, but I watched the video and I did the trick myself, and my sim looks a million times better, and obviously my frame rates are much higher. So it seems to work, which is totally opposite what we were told to do several versions ago. Alrighty, so anyway, I have a cat that's trying to get out of the office, so I'm going to taxi to the end of this runway and let the cat out of the office, and I will be back to take off with you in a moment. Alright, we're actually going to pull over here and let some other traffic go through, because we're going to put in our flight plan in the GPS, which we forgot to do. Is that a light bulb that's out? Oh, look like it. So we're going to stop here a minute and let other people take care of business. So let's stop right here and set the parking brake. Come down here. Let's do our flight plan super fast. Flight plan, let's delete the one from a previous flight. and it's the outside one. Yes, we're gonna go direct. Well, I couldn't find a flight plan online. I searched high and low. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go direct, and then we will see if there's a built-in approach based on the weather once we get up in the air. So let's do E, G, or Echo Golf. What is it? Pizza Robert. Papa. Too far. Romeo. Did I really say Robert? Pizza Robert. Echo Golf Papa Romeo. Sorry. Alright, so let's go. No. No, 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 no. Back. Back, 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 back. There we go. Big one. Direct. Activate. And let's see what do we got. 122. There we go. Yeah, we have time. We have time to figure out the flight plan and everything. So we are going to worry about VNAV and the approach after we're in the air. That's what we're going to do. Actually, we need to put this on GPS, don't we? So we can use the autopilots. Oh, we can set altitude on this too, can't we? 122. Let's do 12,000 feet. There we go. Then we'll do autopilot as we are in the air. So here we go. Let's complete our taxi. We don't have very far to go. We're just going to go out here. Otherwise, before takeoff checklists. Well, I'm trying to do too many things at once here. Actually, no. We gotta wait till I get to the stop sign and do the rest of it. This is going to be lighting and things. Oh, see, that's what happens when my rudder control is on my yoke and not my feet. Makes it difficult to control what I'm doing. Turn off general entrance. So I'll just dark back there. And watch where we're going. And we'll just pull right out into the runway. Let's get flaps down to 10. And normally I test my reversers, but I'm not going to bother because it's been working. But if you remember from earlier videos, sometimes reversers, when you get on the ground, make you pop a wheelie and flip backwards. It's pretty hilarious. But lately they've been working correctly, so we're not going to worry about them too much. Alright, let's just roll out here a second. And step on the brakes. Oh, not that quickly. They really work in this one. Step on the brakes and set the parking brake. So here we go. Flaps, yes. General entrance, yes. Landing lights can come on. Taxi lights can come off. Start the clock. Props forward, which they are. Takeoff speed 70. Brakes to stop. IS for climb speed. And we'll do nav so that we get going on the GPS track right away, and then we'll calculate everything else. So let's do mode. It's already on mode. Hit start. There we go. That's it. Parking brake off. Throttles all the way forward. Spin that thing up. Nice and loud. Turn my sim volume down in my headphones. Good grief. Alright, airspeed is alive. A lot of rudder control needed. I wonder if the wind's changed on us. There's 65, there's 70, and lift off. And fixed gear, but we'll step on the brakes to stop those wheels from spinning. There we go. When we get to about 90, we'll do IS hold, which I can't see that far. So let's do engage autopilot, IS, and nav. That should turn us to the right, and that should hold us about 95 knots. And there we go. Hands free. Right at the end of the runway. Boom. That's how I roll. Let's take some screenshots here while we can. Looking good. The scenery is amazing. More screenshots. And we'll just keep the throttles forward because don't worry about engine management in this. Oh my gosh, look at the scenery. This is what I love. Every time I've flown in Scotland, if it's FSX or X-Plane, I just love the scenery that the sim does for Scotland. I always have. Imagine in real life, it's amazing. I know I say that all the time. More screenshots. Look out the window. Wow. Look at this. We don't have too much time to sightsee though, because we do have to plan our approach and our top descent, since it is going to be a shorter flight. 122 nautical miles at 180 some knots isn't going to be very long. So, wow, look at this. Look at that river. Just amazing. Let's look out the other side. And there's the rural farmland. Little tiny town going under the engine there. Come back over here. Another city coming up. More water. Mountains. think there's like a force down there. Yeah, there's some kind of force down here. I'm definitely going to look at a map after this and see what's going on. This is pretty awesome. Wow, I think there's a lot of water. I think that's why this was suggested to me, because there's a lot of water here. Big freeway interchange. There we go, looking forward. And looking back. And back in the cockpit we are. And we really need to calculate some things. But I want to look outside again, because this looks so wonderful. And these frame rates, my improved frame rates, I mean, we're well in the 40s, if not 50. So I can't believe this is happening. This is awesome. Look at that. Nice little town again. Water. If you're from the area, I assume you know what all this stuff is. Look at these waterways. This is so cool. Huh, this is already the most scenic airport in the world, and we're not even at that airport yet. Sun rising. There's that big forest. That's really cool. Wow, I am so impressed. I'll never get to in real life, so this is awesome. Alright, so we got some stuff to do. Let's hop inside. Let's pull up the map. I doubt our destination is in here yet. I'm just wondering what the weather's going to be like. Let's say the weather is similar to what it is here and pick approach based on that. Then we have to change approach. We will. We have done that before successfully in very, very dangerous terrain between mountains. While flying in the valleys, we're coming in for an approach and the wind changed on us. Or weather updated, whatever. And we had to change runways. So we had to use the GPS, but also fly with the heading bug to get us to the mountains without crashing. I can't remember what flight that was, but it worked. It was so stressful, but it was so awesome too. Alright, so it's light and variable, so I guess that means it's going to be light and variable at the destination, maybe? I don't know, we'll have to see. Let's hop over to the GPS. And let's see if I can figure this out. So we do procedure, I think. And then we select approach. EGPR, that's where we're going. EGPR, that's where we're going. So we can do 150 degrees or 250. If we do 250, we're going to circle around. If we do 115, we'll well, we're going to circle around for both, aren't we? What should we do? Let's do 225. That's going to be less circling around. Let's do 25. Can't do vectors. We don't have ATC to vector us. Which approach do you want to use? I'm just going to pick one and see what crazy stuff it does, because I don't know. So we'll come in. There's a runway there. That looks right, because we'll come in through here, I think. Let's activate it, because we don't have any waypoints in between. So there we go. So now let's see what this thing actually looks like. If we can zoom out that far. Okay. That looks like a mess, doesn't it? That looks like it's going to circle. Well, you know what? Let's just go for it, I guess. Alright. I don't know our destination altitude either, because I couldn't find much about this airport online. Although it's the most scenic, it's just I couldn't find much because my research skills apparently are terrible. So what are we at? 25 feet, so I assume we're going to be almost sea level at the other place. So how do we want to calculate top of descent? Let's go here. And we want to go, let's say 1,000 foot. This doesn't have a mouse wheel. Whoops. Little arrow. There we go. Let's do 1,000 feet. Just because if we can always circle around and around and around. 0 would be at. What are our options? There's a runway. Let's do 1,000 feet at the fix. Right? 800 feet per minute. Hour 9. Well, we're going to speed up once you level off. Yeah. It'll be better. I don't have that kind of time in real life. 1,000 feet at our fix. I mean, that could be way too high. I have no idea. Let's aim for 1,000 feet at our fix. If we have to circle around, we will. Begin descent in an hour. Obviously, that'll speed up when we pick up speed. The plan, though, follow this thing, and I'll zoom in as we get closer, obviously. And then if it looks crazy, I'll either make up my own vectors, change and pick a new approach, or do something. right? Because that looks scary. I know what I'm looking at, and that looks scary. But we'll leave it like this till we can see it. Otherwise, that's going to be it. We have our top of descent planned, which will change drastically once we pick up speed. And where are we? We are only at 7,000 feet. Do we really need to go up to 12? Do we really need to go up to 12? Let's do 10,000. 10,000 right on the money. So we'll keep, let's do 10.2 just because we can. 10.2, we'll turn landing lights off at 10 grand if I remember. Otherwise, that is going to be it. So I'm going to do a bunch of sightseeing. I will probably cut in before top of descent because we're going to have to figure out this approach, see if it's going to work or make adjustments. So I'll either see a top descent, but more likely I will see you to adjust the approach. Autopilot's on, everything's on. The only thing I'm going to do off camera of importance is I will turn off landing lights at 10 grand. Otherwise, there is nothing else to talk about. So we're going to sightsee, and I'll see ya when it seems to make the most sense. Well, obviously, we entered some IMC, so I'm glad we got our sightseeing out of the way before the clouds hit, because can't really see much on the ground anymore. But let's have a hop outside anyway. Yeah, whole bunch of clouds, which is awesome to look at, but it's also nice to see the mountains and things. So I'm glad we saw what we could when we could, because right now, that's storm clouds? I don't think that's storm clouds. I think it's just really cloudy. And our frame rates are still pretty good as this updates. So I'm quite pleased with the anti-aliasing change I made. I was also noticing too that if you look at our OAT, which is outside air temperature, it is 14 degrees Fahrenheit in real life right now. That's pretty awesome. Otherwise, what else we have to do? Our approach is just now coming into view, which I'm confused about because it says 100 nautical mile range, but we're only 64 out from our waypoint, so we would think this would actually be like right here, right? Not way up there. So I really don't know what's going on. But anyway, I really want that to come into view so we can zoom in. and see what this approach is really going to look like. We have plenty of time, but I wanted to do a few things with you. I wanted to show you the weather first of all, because I think that's really fun. Oh, there's a little peak down there. Oh, wait, let us look. Let us have a look. How awesome is that, huh? We're not that high above those mountains. I mean, we're only 10,000 feet up. So maybe, what are those, like 3, 4, 5,000 feet maybe? But still, that's pretty awesome. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about OAT. Let's pull up the map. And it looks like our airport is now in range. Echo Golf Papa Romeo. And there are more runways here than we could have chosen from there. So let's see. Let's pop this up. And we're on 25. What? The runways here don't match what they were there. Oh, there it is, 25. We only have 2 approaches for GPS. 25 it is, so 25 is going to be this runway here, going that way. Because that'd be 29. Yep, so this would be 25. What is the weather? Light and variable, 29902. So we'll take that runway, and we will either adjust the approach, like I said, or if it is going to work out, it should just go like out here and then left. I'm hoping that's what it does. If it does some other crazy things, we might re-vector ourselves, or we might just go visual. If, that's a big if, we can see through the clouds. So we'll see how this goes. Knowing now that it's an approach over the water, 1,000 feet is probably way too generous. We should probably be about 500 feet down, but I don't know if it's going to hit. Actually, it looks like we got a lot of water coming up here. Where are we? Yeah, we're coming up over water soon. So if I come down too soon, there's nothing to worry about because there aren't any mountains. I don't know how high this terrain is. I'm assuming this is like just above sea level, which are running 3 feet there. I bet this is pretty much sea level. So we could probably come down. We could probably come down to 500 feet instead of 1,000, I think. This is all green, so this isn't dangerous terrain or anything. If it were tan and yellow and dark green like that, it'd be concerned, but this is pretty much flat. So I think it's going to be safe to come down sooner. So let's do that. Let's take that off. Normally now we would adjust our barometer, but we don't need to. We would adjust our approach, but we don't need to unless it goes crazy. But we can change this now, and we can make it 500 feet. Actually, 600 feels good. 600 feet at our fix. So 18 minutes. I'm going to zoom this in again soon so we get a better look at that approach. Otherwise, that's all I had to say. We'll go back to sightseeing now for a little bit. Although it's not going to be much sightseeing because you can only see so many clouds as beautiful as they are. But anyway, we'll do a few sightseeing views, and I'll catch you probably this time at top of descent unless I make adjustments to our approach first. Either way, I'll see you soon. So we've almost reached top of descent, and looking at the flight plan, zooming in, it looks like it might actually be okay. It looks like we're going to come out and then turn back in. Perhaps it's still coming into view, but if we look at the flight plan, it goes to PR25, Indigo, and then Foxtrot, and then the runway. If we come out here, looks like there's 25 Indigo, can't quite see Foxtrot or the runway, so maybe, whoops, maybe, I don't know, we'll have to keep zooming in until we see. Otherwise, we should be descend to target in a minute. Okay, so we got to get ready to go. Now, if you're wondering this whole time why we're flying at 10,422 feet instead of 10,200, it's because I forgot to do alt alert on the way up, so we're just doing alt hold is what we're doing. So what we're going to do, let's spin this thing down, just because, let's spin it down to 1,000, it will be taken over by then anyway. We're not going to do MDA because that's minimum descent altitude. What that'll do is kick on autopilot at this altitude and hold you there no matter what. So we don't want to do that. But do we do alt alert for the way down? I don't know. Let's undo that. Let's do that. Let's do IS hold to hold us at 130. And then let's bring back throttles to descend. And the more we descend, or the more I bring back throttles, the more we should descend. So I brought back throttles just a little, and it looks like it's going to make some adjustments, I think. Will it hold us at 1,000 if I do alt alert on the way down? I can't remember. I usually stop autopilot by the time we even get there in this thing. So I've never really gotten down that low. But it looks like we're descending at a pretty steep 1,100. So we want to descend at 800. That's what we're set for. So this is going to have a time again. I'll descend to target. Let's climb at 800. So we're going to keep an eye on the VSR to give us what we're actually going to set our throttles at. So there you go. There's 900. We'll keep it like that for right now, holding at 130. Everything's looking good. So I'm just going to use throttles to adjust our descent rate here. I'm going to choose our descent rate based on the VSR here. So if this gets closer to 1,000, I bring throttles back more. If it starts to get lower to like 600, I'll throw some throttles in. So I'll keep an eye on that myself. Otherwise, it is time to turn landing lights back on. We have our destination barometer. We have our destination altitude on the runway and the plan all selected. Let's just hope these clouds don't go to the ground. If they go to the ground, we're in big trouble. Otherwise, nothing until we approach. Then we'll do flaps, which obviously is in quite a long time from now. So let's see, does it still say 7? Yeah, it's going to hold there, so that means our throttles are on the right position. I'm just going to keep zooming this in as it gets closer and closer so we can see what this approach actually looks like. And then we'll see if we have to revector by going direct to one of these other ones, although wouldn't be any of these. But we'll see. Or we'll just use heading bug, or we'll just break free autopilot land visually. Don't know. We'll find out when the time comes. We've been flying for almost an hour. Remember that when this gets to an hour, it's going to go back to 0. And we're still holding at 130. We're still descending at 800 feet per minute. And our VSR is still, okay, it's getting close to 800. I'll keep an eye on that. And I'll zoom this in as we go. And I will see you after a little bit more brief sightseeing. Well, it looks like I chose the closest possible approach fix. So we're going to fly in here, make this sharp U-turn, and try to land right away. I guess I would imagine those other fixes were like out here somewhere. But anyway, it looks like we're going to have a very, very short approach. So if you look at the plan, yeah. No, well, 3.1 miles. That's not that close. And the slow plan, I mean, we can slow this thing way down. So 3.1 from there to the runway. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But we will have to be careful about our speed. So by the time we enter this, we should probably be within flap range. And the runway is pretty big, so we'll just do flaps 10 maybe, come in as slow as we can, just drop it down. Maybe we won't need reversers, but we'll use them maybe if we want to. It might flip the plane backwards though, like it does sometimes. Oh, so we're getting closer to 1,000 feet. So what I need to do now, let's zoom this in again so we can look at it. There we go. Gonna come over here, bring back throttles so that we get closer to 1,000 feet. There we go, like so. 1,000 feet per minute, I mean. I'm gonna let that adjust itself a little bit. And let's see, what do we need to do after that? Nothing, right? Yeah, just keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on the VSR. Keep an eye on the GPS. Hope this doesn't go to the ground. If it does, it's going to be very challenging, but I don't think it's going to. Oh, we're almost at an hour. I'll show you how the clock over here on the left is going to flip back to 0 right now. See? So 1 hour and 2 seconds. 1 hour, 5 seconds. You get the idea. All right, well, we're about 1,300 feet per minute, so I'm going to bring a little bit more throttle back in, let it adjust itself. Ooh, weather's updating. And that should go one way or the other. We'll see how it goes. Otherwise, there's our approach. Like I said, as we start making this turn, we'll slow way down so that we can get our within flap range, just because we can buy us some time that way. And then we might be too high. Oh, weather cleared up. That's what the weather updating was. It was weather clearing up. Let's check our map one more time. Make sure that we haven't changed anything. So line variable 2902. Okay, good. Everything's the same. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this and where are you? There we go. So we're just gonna come out here, make a left turn. Boom, just like that. All right, we won't need that anymore. What do you think that means? Your airport is over there somewhere. I think. Do I see any beacons or anything? No, I don't. Not gonna worry about it though. But that's where we're headed. So what I'm gonna do is keep an eye on this. And once we get to this turnaround, we'll slow way down into flap range, buy us some time. And then we're gonna have to use a PAPI hopefully to get our altitude, because I really have no idea what the slope is for this thing. So a little bit of sightseeing just because the weather cleared up. 600, yeah, 600 feet's really low, because we know that is 3, let's see, from there to there. Where's that actually? Let's see, boom, 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 is that 4, whatever, it's between 3 and 4 miles. That's 1 out, yeah. So that's lots of time to come down. My point being, 600 feet down to 25 feet in that amount of time, that's plenty of time. Oh, gotta bring that throttle, as it says, because I'm about 1,000. So anyway, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'll see in about 3 minutes, I guess, my time. So enjoy the sightseeing. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed the sightseeing, because it is time to fly this plane, which means no more sightseeing, because we all know what happens when I sightsee. We have major problems. So we're about to make this big U-turn, and we're still 994, so everything is looking fantastic. Bring back the throttles a little bit, and let's start slowing this thing down, as I said we would. Bring it within the flap range. Well, not that much, though, because we don't want to script autopilot, it'll get mad. So here we go. Let's see, let's let this thing turn in 2 seconds. Now there we go, looking good. This thing's going to turn us all the way around. Let's have a wing view maybe. There we go, that looks nice. And then we'll kill autopilot as soon as we get around this corner. Looking good there. Let's look on this side. That looks pretty awesome too. And I think the airport is actually right there, so we're gonna have to make quite the U-turn. And why are we climbing? Because it's mad at me, I guess. And we're stalling, aren't we? There we go. Let's break free of this. Let's kill autopilot. Or is that Autopilot, come on. Let's just take over. Oh boy, oh, am I gonna do that crazy thing? No, after all this, let's not have problems. After all this flying, let's not have any problems. Come on. There we go. Yep, okay, slam my yoke around so that I can get control back. Alright, where are we? Because that really screwed us up. Oh my gosh, I'm having all these problems. Stop. Oh, it's going so well. Okay, I don't know where we are. I'm lost, obviously. I don't really want to use the map to cheat, but we have to. Oh no, there we are. Okay, we're gonna turn right. Okay, we'll figure this out. What are we at? What's our altitude? We climbed. See, that was a weird thing. I was trying to slow us down. But instead it shot us. I don't quite understand why that happened. Bring back throttles now. There we go. Okay, now we're back in control, I think. Yep, let's just follow the GPS ourselves. Man, I tell ya. So I was trying to slow down, but instead the nose went up, which caused us to stall instead of maintaining descents more. So what should have happened is we should have maintained more descents, but instead it leveled us off. Alright, so we're at 400 feet. We really want to be at 600 at this point, so let's climb a little bit. I'm still trying to regain control of this airplane. I'm having a very difficult time for some reason. More throttle, because we do not want to drop below 100 yet, and we do not want to descend quite yet. So let's just go up a little bit. I tell you, man, I don't understand why this happens sometimes, but could have been user error, could have been a weird thing. I thought that was a ship. What is that? What is that thing? We'll look in a second here. I'm just trying to follow my GPS line. Is that like an oil rig or something? Or is that just a little island with some trees on it? I think that's just a little island with some trees on it. It is. Look at that. That's funny. Anyway, things are going fantastic. Until, like I said, I was trying to bring back throttles and maintain descent rates, or descent speed, but increase rate. And instead, it just tipped the nose up. First, I don't understand. Why would he tip the nose up? I don't know, but that's what autopilot did. I don't know the area. I don't know where we are. I'm looking for a beacon. I'm looking for Pappy. There should be something out here, because we should be aiming at the runway right now. Oh, did I see a beacon? I don't think so. We might have to go around if we don't get into position. Is that airport right there? It should be. Yeah, there it is. How come I don't see Pappy though? Let's slow down, start getting flaps out. Alright, we're not going to get flaps out because it's farther away than it looks. And we're about 700 feet, which now I see is lower than we need it to be. I should have stuck with my 1,000, but not knowing the area, I just chose a number. And let's see, where did that runway go? I was looking right at it a second ago. If we take out binoculars, the runway should be right there. Right? I think so. I don't see anything there yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Alright, let's just maintain our instruments and everything. Our speed's a little high, but that's okay, because we were a little further away than I thought. Our speed, or our altitude is climbing. We're at, oh my gosh, we're over 1,000 feet. Let's get this thing under control. There we go. That's better. And let's get ready for a landing. Let's not get in the white arc quite yet. So I'm not seeing any signs of Pappy or a runway. I don't think it's a big grass field, is it? Let's see, let's get our speed back here. Let's get flaps out a little bit, cause us to float a little. Bring back throttles. Let's do 20 flaps. I was gonna do 10, but if it is grass, let's do 20 so we can do short field. This should be the airport, right? Well, throttle, don't stall. What's going on? Do I really want to bring the map up? Let's bring the map up. Should be right over an airport. Yeah, right there. See, look. Where is this runway? Do we have to do a go around? Bring back throttles a little bit. We can do 30 flap. That we can go slower. A lot of throttle to keep it up though. What are we doing? Yeah, we should be pointing right at a runway here. Any second. According to the map, we should be over the runway right about now. I don't see anything at all. What is going on? Huh. What does it say? It says we're over a runway. So let's just touch down. We know we're 25 feet. And we're at 50. And there's 25, but we're not touching down yet. Flare a little. Flare a little. And there we go. Nice. Nose wheel off. Short field landing. Reversers. Nose wheel down gently. Oh, there's a... What? Wait, what's going on here? I see. What is going on? Good. We picked the right airplane, I guess. Wrong wheels. But it's the right airplane for what we just did. And it was extremely smooth. Okay. Not going to complain. Let's get our stuff set up here for deboarding, but we're going to taxi a minute. I just want to let the passengers get their stuff started getting together. There we go. Flaps can start coming in. And let's take the parking brake off and taxi over where these cars are parked. There's some cars over there, I think. Yeah, let's just taxi over there, I guess. That was very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. But we're going to park here. And that text sound on my phone is my real-life pilot friend. We were having some conversations about this plane as I was flying it, because it was like an hour flight or something. Alrighty, let's see. Let's stop this thing right here, I think. Alright, hop inside, set the parking brake. I never did stop the clock. I was so distracted. Stops on an hour and 15 or so. What else can we do? Alright, parking brake is set. Taxi lights can come off, it says. So let's turn these off. Let's bring the props back. And come back here. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Turn all this stuff off. Well, that doesn't let us in this one. But turn all this stuff off, like so. I turned ATC on too when I was in the air. Alright, if not turning that off, let's see. Fuel cut off. Come down here. Fuel boost can come off. And what else? GPU. So let's get the GPU going here. There we go. Hide that for right now. External power, so people can still see. Whoop. There you go. People can still see when they want to leave. Generators can come off. Where are you? You're right here. Bleed air can come off. And DC master can come off. And we can run back and open the door. And I have another one here. Open up that door. And we'll open up the baggage doors as well. And I think that takes care of it. That was really kind of funny. So I still don't know what happened to the autopilot up in the air. I was doing everything right. Then all of a sudden it just decided to point the nose straight up. But I recovered from a stall, low to the ground. And we managed to get back on track. Took us a little longer to get back on track than I would have liked, but I don't know what happened. I guess I was really flustered. So anyway, yeah, there's the tower and the airport and everything. It's just missing the runways. Don't know what happened there, but we did it. Had a fantastic landing after all that drama. Hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. We'll be going back to the 50-state series for a few more flights, and then we have another subscriber request in the same area. But we're going to squeeze in a few states before that. And we are going to use the 727 for one of the states. It's a big enough state where we're able to use a jet. So anyway, stay tuned for those. If you are a big subscriber, thank you for continuing support. If you found back, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. Let me know that I exist. It'd be great. I'd be grateful, and that's very helpful to the channel. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you on the next one.